Ask the Mayor, only on KTVZ.
Welcome back to KTVZ News at Sunrise. We're joined now for our exclusive monthly segment, Ask the Mayor, by Redmond Mayor Ed Fitch.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us this morning. How are you doing?
Good. Early, but good.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate you being here. And let's hop right into our first question. So our first question is about parking fees at the Redmond Airport. A viewer asks, why are the parking fees for the Redmond Airport so high? They are higher than Eugene, Medford, and Portland. They continued saying, why do no veteran discounts apply on parking like all the other airports in the state?
Well, first, we're not higher than Portland and Eugene. We're lower than Portland and Eugene. But the Redmond Airport has to sustain itself. We have a lot of expenses out there, so the parking fees as well as passenger fees help sustain the airport. We're on the cusp of investing $190 million into the airport and a rental car facility. So the budget's pretty tight there, and we need to make sure that we have all the resources we do to pay off for all those improvements.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for that response, Mayor. Our next question moves on to the center of much debate. A viewer asks, there is community concern that Redmond will experience increased homeless encampments within city limits when the China Hat Forest Project displaces those residents. What is the city's policy and how is that policy enforced?
We are working on homelessness with Deschutes County and establishing a managed camp on the east side, north of Oasis. We have enough resources to deal with the homeless situation we have in Redmond. We'd rather not have people coming up from China Hat or from Dirt World. We think Bend in the south Deschutes County needs to address those issues and come up with solutions. But we think we're on the right path to addressing it in Redmond.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that response. We have another question ready for you here, and this surrounds Redmond's development plans.
One viewer asks, are there any plans for a roundabout at Helmholtz and Highway 126 like they have in Sisters?
Yes, but money is the issue. So it is a project we've asked ODOT to look at. And we're also asking the state legislature to look at that in terms of their transportation package. But our higher priority is getting a traffic light at 35th and Highland. With the new Park and Rec Center there, that's just going to be a crucial investment that has to occur.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have one final question for you here.
And speaking of city development, what is the city's plan for the old Evergreen School gymnasium?
That's a problem. There's two problems with the gym. One is it's got a lot of asbestos in it. And second, there's some structural issues, particularly with the roof there. So it cannot be used right now. It's going to take multi-million-dollar investment to get it into any type of use in the future. So that's going to come down the road, but it's not a priority right now.
Okay.
I see. Well, thanks for that clarification, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Yes, thank you for taking the time to answer the community's questions. It's much appreciated as always, and I think our viewers. Oh,
yeah, we have one more before you go.
I was wrong. We have one more
this
question.
This is from KTVZ. Specifically, we hear that you're hosting an upcoming water conservation summit next week. Is there anything you can share with our viewers about what that will entail?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it is important. Water is becoming a critical issue here in the Deschutes Basin. Everyone who gets water out of the aquifer needs to be accountable for that use and needs to use it in the best stewardship manner. So we're going to start that community conversation in Redmond. The Director of Water Resources is going to be attending to see what we can do to use our water better, more wisely, more conservatively. So it's going to be a discussion with our homeowners associations, landscapers, and the general public to put us on a journey on how can we better use the water in Redmond.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, we look forward to covering that next week.
Yes, that was actually our final question. So thanks so much for coming in this morning and joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
And don't forget, you can submit your questions for Mayor Ed Fitch or Ben Mayor Melanie Keebler by visiting the Ask the Mayor tab on our website, ktvz.com.
We will be right back with Sunrise Birthdays right after this.
Thank you.